Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zahra Kartika Ardianti. You can call me Zahra, and in this video I will explain about quadratic equations and quadratic inequalities. So first, I will explain about quadratic equations. What is the definition of quadratic equations? A quadratic equation is called a second degree equation because when it is term order form, the left side is a polynomial of degree 2. And in mathematics, we can write the formula of quadratic equations is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and a not equals to 0, and abc is element of real number. The numbers a, b in quadratic equation are called coefficient, while c is a constant. Next, let's see the example and non-example for quadratic equations. Example: x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. Why this is the example for quadratic equations? Because the degree of variable is 2. So, according to the form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 8. So, what is not example for quadratic equations? 3x plus 2 plus 4 equals 0 is not example for quadratic equation. Why? Because the equation above is not the degree 2. So, in other equation, we can call this equation is a linear equation. There are three ways of solving quadratic equation. The first one is by factoring. We can use this when a quadratic equation is written in standard form and may be possible to factor. Then, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. We can factoring by formula ax plus b all in bracket times x plus b all in bracket equals 0. And p plus q is mass equals b, and p times q is mass equals a times c. The second way is by square root method. We can use this when a quadratic equation is written in x squared equals b. If x squared equals b and b more than 0, then x equals the root of b or x equals negative the root of b. The third way is by quadratic formula. The formula is x equals negative b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We can call this is a magic formula for solving quadratic equation. Why? Because any forms of quadratic equation can be solved from simple equation to complex equation. Next, let's see the example for by factoring ways. The solution set of x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0 is: first, we can determine the value of a, b, c. In this equation, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 8. Then, the product of a times c is 8. And the factor of 8 is 2 and 4. So, p equals 2 and q equals 4. But, p times q is mass equals a times c. And p plus q is mass equals b. And the product of p and q is true equals a times c. And the sum p plus q is true equals b. So we can substitute p and q to formula of factoring, which is ax plus p all in bracket times x plus q all in bracket equals 0. So we can write x plus 2 all in bracket times x plus 4 all in bracket equals 0. Then use the zero product. So we got x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 4 equals 0. So we got x equals negative 2 or x equals negative 4. So the solution set of the equation is negative 2 and negative 4. Next, let's see the example for by square root method ways. Solution set of the quadratic equation x minus 2 all in bracket squared equals 16. Because this equation written in x squared equals p, so we can use square root method. X equals the root of p or x equals negative the root of p. In equation p is 16. So the solution of x minus 2 all in bracket squared equals 16 is x minus 2 equals the root of 16 or x minus 2 equals negative the root of 16. The root of 16 is 4. So we got x minus 2 equals 4 or x minus 2 equals minus 4. So we can solve this to be x equals 4 plus 2 or x equals negative 4 plus 2. So we got x equals 6 or x equals negative 2. So the solution set is 6 and negative 2. Next, let's see the example for bi-quadratic formula ways. Solution set of the quadratic equation x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0 is: first, determine the value of a, b, and c. In this equation, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 8. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So substitute the value of a, b, c to the quadratic formula. So we get negative 6 plus minus the root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 8 over 2 times 1 equals negative 6 plus minus the root of 4 over 2. The root of 4 is 2. So equals negative 6 plus minus 2 over 2. So x1 is negative 6 plus 2 over 2 equals negative 2. And x2 is negative 6 minus 2 over 2 equals negative 4. So the solution set of the equation is negative 2 and negative 4. Okay, second, I will explain quadratic inequality. What is the definition of quadratic inequality? The definition is if fx equals ax squared plus bx plus c with fx is not equals 0, then what is meant by a quadratic inequality can be written in the form fx is more than to 0 or fx is less than to 0 or fx is more or equals to 0 or fx is less or equals to 0. Ways of solving quadratic inequalities, which is using number line. In general, the steps for solving quadratic inequalities with a number line are as follows. First one, change to the form of the inequality to the quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then find the roots of the quadratic equation. Then draw the roots obtained on the number line. Last one, substitute the appropriate test value on the number line to determine the sign of the interval. The example for the using number line. The solution set for the inequality x squared minus 3x minus 4 is less than to 0 is: solution. Step 1 is change to the quadratic equation. So we got x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Then factorize this equation. So we got x minus 4 all in bracket times x plus 1 all in bracket equals 0. So we got x equals 4 or x equals negative 1. Then make a number line that contains negative 1 and 4 and test value on the number line to determine the sign of the interval. First, to interval x is less than to negative 1. Test x equals negative 2. Substitute minus 2 to the quadratic inequality, which is x squared minus 3x minus 4 is less than to 0. So we got negative 2 squared minus 3 times negative 2 minus 4 is less than to 0. So we got 6 is less than to 0 is false. Then to interval x is more than to negative 1 and less than to 4. Test x equals 0. Substitute 0 to the quadratic inequality, which is x squared minus 3x minus 4 is less than to 0. So we got 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 4 is less than to 0. So we got negative 4 is less than to 0. Is it true? Then to interval x is more than to 4. Test x equals 5. Substitute 5 to the quadratic inequality, which is x squared minus 3x minus 4 is less than to 0. So we got 5 squared minus 3 times 5 minus 4 less than to 0. So we got 6 is less than to 0. It is false. Because negative 4 is less than to 0 in interval x is more than negative 1 and less than to 4 is true. So from the number line and test value, it can be seen that the x value that satisfies to the interval x is more than to negative 1 or x is less than to 4. Okay, in last my presentation, I give you a conclusion. A quadratic equation is an equation equivalent to one of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and a is not equal 0. There are 3 ways of solving quadratic equation, which is by factoring, using the square root method, and using the quadratic formula. A quadratic inequality if fx equals ax squared plus bx plus c with fx is not equal 0. Then a quadratic inequality can be written in the form fx is more than to 0 or fx is less than to 0 or fx is more than or equals 0 or fx is less than or equals 0. There are one ways of solving quadratic inequality, which is using number line. Okay guys, that's all my presentation. I'm sorry for my mistakes and I hope it is useful, and thank you for your attention, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.